Joining us right now, the chairman and CEO of Cingulate. His name is Shane Schaffer. Their ticker symbol is CING. Of course, their website, CIN, there's my screw up, CINGULATE.com. Shane joins us via Zoom. Shane, how you doing, my friend? Always great to talk with you.
Doing very well. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I love it.
I always get to listen to you guys before, yes, you bring me in, so it's enjoyable.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, when we're live or what we're actually talking about before we go live? Because that's a huge difference.
No,
What happens when we're rolling or not?
The Day Trader Trio was rocking and rolling. So
Okay, that's good, because it's like in radio too. It's the show. It's what happens in the breaks. That's the real show, and it's
every
also
mic's a hot mic, man.
yeah, and it's also the sausage making you never want people to see.
Right.
Shane, if you can, for the people that are tuning in for the first time here to the Big Biz Show, give us the genesis of what you're doing and give us kind of the 30,000-foot view of Cingulate.
Yeah, so Cingulate, we were formed in 2014. And our entire goal at that time was to really finally overcome the unmet needs in the ADHD space, so attention deficit hyperactivity disorder.
Yeah.
Our thought process back then, it was myself and Dr. Matt Brahms and Dr. Raul Silva. The two of them are psychiatrists, they're ADHD experts, world-renowned. And we became friends when I was launching these ADHD products at Novartis in the late 90s and early 2000s. We wanted to find a way to finally deliver a medication that lasted the entire active day. And to do that, you need a product that starts almost immediately and then lasts for the part of the day that you're actually active. So get me through that solid 12 hours of my day, from breakfast to dinner, from home to homework, from revelry to taps, as we like to say.
Yes.
We thought it'd be much easier. We'd just take a delivery system, take it off the shelf, put the medication in, ratio it, style it, and time it the right way. As all great plans go, didn't work. So we ended up building our own drug delivery platform, which we're now utilizing in 3 different assets. We have companies looking to us to license our platform. And at the same time, we're going to be developing a pipeline of products that overcome major unmet medical needs in multi-billion-dollar categories.
Shane, I don't want to scare you, but I think a gigantic rat is crawling around behind
Roscoe,
you.
and he got a haircut yesterday.
Oh, is it a dog? I'm sorry, my apologies.
The haircut. I think I've mentioned to you, I love when you're on because I have a daughter with ADHD that was diagnosed this past year. And as we've been going through her diagnosis, I am listening saying, I have it too. I'm convinced, self-diagnosed. But are you seeing that the needs for this medication are growing and growing rapidly? I am, but I think now I'm in a echo chamber of ADHD conversations online. But
I get
are
what
you
you're
seeing
saying.
that out there?
Yeah, I mean, the market continues to grow, and the fastest segment of that market is the adult market. By far, it's grown at about a 10% CAGR. So we're seeing the fastest growth in the adult segment. At the same time, about 4 to 7% of children and adolescents, so that's 17 and younger, continue to have ADHD. They're properly diagnosed and treated. They're treated at a very high rate, about 80 to 90% after a proper diagnosis. The adult segment historically has been treated at about a 20 to 30% level. So they've been diagnosed and they're not being treated. That's starting to change. The psychiatric guidelines called the DSM-5 have really done a good job of helping practitioners identify ADHD in the adult market. There's a great group called APSARD, which is the American Professional Society of ADHD and Related Disorders. They're coming out with, really for the first time, a set of guidelines on the proper treatment of adults with ADHD. And those are starting to come out in January of next year. Great group of clinicians there that are working on that. Jeff Newcorn, Tom Spencer, Greg Mattingly, Ann Childress, really great folks, and a larger team too that's working to develop those guidelines. Another segment that continues to, it's been under-recognized for such a long time, this is pertinent to you, it's females. Females have what is primarily inattentive ADHD, whereas the males typically have more of the impulsive hyperactive along with the inattention. So I think as clinicians, everyone's doing a better job of diagnosing it and then treating it where appropriate. All treatment should include some psychological treatment, but at the same time, medications are critical for most.
Well, I want to touch on what you said, that it was the fastest growing, I guess you were saying about adults. And do you think it's because things are triggering it, like lifestyle choices are triggering it later on in life, or is it just not diagnosed and missed when kids, for me, I feel like I've had it my whole life and I just wasn't diagnosed because I wasn't the typical kid running around the classroom, and it presented differently in me.
It
So,
totally,
yeah, go ahead.
it completely presents differently in different, again, there's three types of ADHD. There's primarily inattentive, and then you have the hyperactive impulsive side that combines with that in certain patients. So there's two key factors. One, typically when the really good docs and they're treating the children, they look over at mom or dad and go, oh, and by the way, we probably should run you through the process too. It's so the
Wow.
children come in and then the adults end up also going through the sequela of diagnosis, and that's where a lot of it's found. Additionally, when you look at what really impacts life, and that's where my perspective always is look, if people are doing okay, that I may have a touch of ADHD myself. If you're doing okay, I've never been medicated. Maybe I should, but I'm not. And you've done very well in your life too, without medication. So it really depends on that impact. If you have ADHD as an adult, you have double the rate of losing your job. You have double the rate of divorce, and we already have a 50% divorce rate. You have a higher risk of incarceration. You have a higher risk of motor vehicle accidents. You have double the rate of accidental death as an adult. So it really can impact a lot of things. And when those impacts become truly problematic in life, I think that's when proper medication or proper medical care gets involved.
He is the chairman CEO of Cingulate, their ticker symbol CING. Shane Schaffer with us here. Shane, we have about 30 seconds left. If you can, kind of give us the financial runway for CTX 1301.
Yeah, we've had a great 2 months. We've raised over $12 million. Our earnings release is going to come out next week, so I can't steal that thunder.
No, we understand.
But really what's important is we've had a great month of capital raise. We now have a runway well past our NDA submission, which is planned for the middle part of next year. Our final study is it's a fast fed study. So you test the medication on food and off food.
Yeah.
It's at the highest dose. We did it once earlier. There's no food effect, so we're expecting similar results there. Our phase 3 trials are closed. That data is being locked, and we're really excited to get all that information out into the public over the next quarter or two.
Doing great.
We're
Oh my
looking forward to
God.
filing an NDA.
What a
fun.
relief to so many families out there.
Yeah.
The work that Cingulate is doing. Shane Schaffer, chairman CEO. Their ticker symbol CING. Shane, always love it. Can't wait to get you back on here on the Big Biz Show.